the side that was up, facing the sun. And this was the side that's been down. So what difference 2 years will make just being in the sun for the summer. All right, so for this next part, what we're going to do is we're going to use this belt sander, and we're going to start sanding off this epoxy layer. It's supposed to be pretty tough and gummy. Hopefully I don't let it sit too long in one spot. And we're going to start with this belt sander here, got it at Harbor Freight. We're going to start with some 80 grit. There's a total of 6 belts here, plus the one that's already on there. We're going to start with the 80 grit, and we're going to go to the 120 grit. I'm probably going to only do this top side. That bottom side that was never in the sun, it looks like it's in really good shape still. So we're going to hit it with that 120, hopefully get it down to enough bare wood to get a good recapture on the new epoxy layer. Then the final stage is I've got some UV Varathane for the UV light and stuff to help protect this top side a little better. And what we're going to do is use this hand block sander. And then we're going to go over it with some 320 grit just to get a little bit of a bite between layers. We're going to start with 6 layers of that UV protectant, and we'll see how this goes. We're down to almost bare wood. We're going to leave that 80 grit alone on this side. I'm going to get the other board pulled in here. We'll do the same thing with that one. Then we'll switch over to the 120 grit. Definitely like how this one turned out better. We're going to give the other one. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're at the spot where we're going to start putting down our first layer of epoxy. The boards are all nice and dried out after getting wiped down. And what we're going to use is this Total Boat penetrating epoxy. And it worked really well for the last time I applied it, but I didn't use the right technique. So I'm changing things up a little bit today. I'm going to use a roller. That nap right there is for epoxy, and it's real fine, not super thick like you would use for paint. And as you see, we're going to mix this 2 parts epoxy to 1 part here. We're going to use this little graduated cylinder in our mixing pot, and then we'll pour it into our tray and roll it out from there. Alright, so the first coat's on. I'm going to wait for this to get nice and tacky, then I'm going to go and put a second coat on. I read that if you wait for this first coat to get tacky and you put your second coat on, then it creates a better chemical bond than if I was to wait and let it cure and then scuff it up with some like fine 320 grit sandpaper and then get a mechanical bond that way. Chemical's supposed to work better, so we're going to try that. In the meantime, I'm going to mix up a small little batch and I'm going to use my foam brush here and I'm going to go inside all of the rigging spots. Alright, so the second coat is on. Hopefully you can see it in this light, but we're going for that super glossy look. And so when this is dry, it should look like almost like a coat of plastic on there. And that's what's getting us the good watertight seal. This is 3/4 inch marine grade plywood, and it's done well for 2 years. And you saw me getting in all those little spots where the rigging goes. I only did this top side just because the bottom side was still almost pristine condition because it's been out of the sun. So what I'll do tomorrow is come back in with the Total Boat UV protection, the urethane. And so that'll hopefully give this many more years than just the 2 years I got out of it. The first coat, or the first time I epoxied it, was because it was in the sun, and sun does mean things to boat gear. So anyway, stay tuned for tomorrow.
Getting tossed in the wave train while we're shooting the rapids, riding high and rolling low, paddling as fast as we can. The river's running so high, 100-year record flow. The eddy fences are rising, wanna see the river of no return.
Alright guys, so today it's varnish day. You're gonna get this UV protectant put on here. It's the Halcyon water-based UV protectant, and it's very, very compatible with the Total Boat epoxy that we put on last week. So here we go.
On the river of no return, eagles and ospreys, white sand beaches. After 35 miles, can't believe we're here. The fishing is great, it's all catch and release. Watching the bear, catching his dinner. Packing the beer, I pack my guitar. Then we'll float right out of this world onto the river of no return. You wanna see the river of no return, the white water, how it churns. Gonna float right out of this world on the river.
Alright guys, so just got the fourth coat put on, and we're going to bring them inside tonight since it's going to be below the curing temperatures for tonight. We're going to give it overnight, and then tomorrow we'll get it buffed up again with some 320 grit and get coats 5 and 6 on there, and probably do a little technique I read about to get a little bit of a grippy texture. So look forward to that. And we're just sitting on some 5-gallon buckets, and I've got a fan going in here tonight, kind of keep some air moving and keep them warm and that kind of stuff, and let that stuff get set up. Alright, so we're going for our 6th and final layer, and then we're going to do a little texture with some Epsom salts. Alright, so what we're attempting to do here is put this layer down real thicker than any of the other layers. And so we're going to put this Epsom salt on here, and as it soaks into this top thicker layer, it's going to put little grooves, or little tiny craters, if you will. And so in about 2 or 3 days, I'm going to take these outside after this is cured and hose it off.
Water hums its endless tune beneath the sun.
What I'm hoping this will do is that texture with the salt, make this not quite as slippery and still maintain the high glossy look.
Beating heart.
So the Epsom salts didn't work as I was hoping to. We did get some nice texture on here to prevent slipping, but it made it look like poo-poo. So I'm going to sand this down and then put another couple of coats back on it, and it'll be the clear slick again. Alright, so after all that sanding and filing and buffing down, the first reapplication of the UV protected coat is on. I don't have any of those white spots or pock marks that I thought I was going to have. It's actually turning out better than I thought it would. So stay tuned.
A gentle touch, a guiding